Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Kim, if you've never been here before. Today's video is all about smashing our stash. This is a collab hosted by Beth of Bourbon Creek Crafts, and each month we are given a particular item to use from our craft room. And this collab is all about using up what we have. For the month of May, it was a free choice. So we could use anything that we wanted, and I'm hoping I get this video up on time. It's supposed to be up on Saturday, not on Saturday, I'm sorry, the 7th of each month at noon. Well, I'm finally getting able to record. It is 11 a.m. on the 7th. My daughter, I was at the ER a lot of the night with her because of her hurting her back while trying to move. And so we were there for several hours, and I did not get to complete my project. So I am just now getting around to getting this filmed. I still haven't completed everything, but I do have a few ready to show you. So now for this month, since it was free choice, I had pulled out some larger pieces of paper from my scrap drawer. And I had seen a video on YouTube about making these teeny tiny little envelopes here by Septeria. I don't remember the full name of her channel or how to pronounce it. I will link the video below that shows how to make these adorable little envelopes. You use pieces of paper that are 3 inches by 4 inches, and it just makes the cutest little envelopes that you can put little embellishments or ephemera pieces, die cuts, little gems, anything little teeny tiny that you want to maybe send in Happy Mail, or they would be cute to tuck into the back of a pocket letter with maybe a little note or something. And it's just a great way to use up pieces of paper. So these three I did use out of the same piece of scrap. It had these really pretty flowers on it. And these are the only three that I was able to complete before I had to take off and get my daughter to the ER because her back was in a lot of pain. But we think the doctor and both, well, I do too, just think that she's either strained it really bad or maybe she's pulled a muscle, or hopefully it's nothing worse than just a strain or a pull. And he gave her like a muscle relaxer and some pain medicine to hopefully help her heal up. But anyways, those are what the envelopes look like after they are put together. So super cute. And then you could just put like a little piece of that really skinny red line or score tape right there. So if you wanted someone to be able to close it in the future. If not, then this is just a cute way to send it. Or one of those little teeny tiny Stampin' Up! Close to My Heart has teeny tiny little Velcro circles that I've got in my drawer over across the room. They'd probably be the perfect fit, or just some kind of tiny little closure. Now I did go ahead and cut out a bunch more that I was going to put together, but I can still go ahead and do that. But I'll show the patterns. I've got these two pieces of paper, and you can see the score lines on the back here. You take your 3 by 4 inch piece of paper, and on the 3 inch side, you score at 1/4 inch on each side, all the way down. Flip it to your 3 inch or your 4 inch side, and whatever side that you want to be the top flap, that will go in your scoreboard. If this is the scoreboard right here, you would slide it up this way with the bottom of your pattern here on the top of your pattern up here, as long as it's one directional. If it's not directional, then it doesn't matter which way you put it in, but you score at 1 1/2 and then 3 1/4. So you only have a 3/4 inch section up here, and that folds down and becomes this top flap right there. So it doesn't really matter which way you do it if it's non-directional. On this one, I was actually going to do it the other way, but I forgot to turn my paper because I was kind of wanting to have all of this flower, or the majority of that flower right here, but it got turned around, which is fine because now it makes a really cute back of the envelope. So there is this pattern I'm going to make into envelopes. This really pretty, and I've got two different weights of paper here. Like this is just regular scrapbook paper, and it's really pretty. Got like blue and brown and green colors in it. This paper right here is a little bit thicker. It feels like it's maybe from like a 12 by 12 paper pad from like Michaels. A little bit heavier. It's not super thick, but it's not like really thin like the scrapbook paper. But there's this real pretty pink, so I'm hoping that this will work just fine. I haven't really used this thicker weight yet, but it should probably be okay. This is a heavier weight too. Really pretty with the roses on there, the black background and the roses. And then there's this. It's in between these two weights. It's in between that first, the scrapbook paper, and then in between, not quite as heavy as this black paper here. You have this really cute honeycomb looking or hexagon design. It's just white on the back side. And then I love this one. This is, I think, close to my heart paper. Or no, actually, I believe it is Echo Park, maybe. But this will be really, really cute. Even though it's got all these animals, they are facing like different directions. So definitely non-directional paper because it can be used any which way. So that is what I have for this month. If you have a little bit larger pieces of scrap paper, you can cut them down into 3 by 4. And even, I can't remember her name, but the one that did the tutorial, she said you could use like 3 by 4 journaling cards, like the Project Life, because they're already 3 by 4. So that might be a good way to use up if you have a bunch of those journaling cards. So here is what they will look like when all put together. I absolutely love these. I think they are so cute. And so that is my project share for this month. Hopefully it will be up by 12 o'clock with everybody else. And then also when I was going through my scrap drawer, I found a partially used piece of paper from Tim Holtz. It had a bunch of clocks all over it. So I just took my 2-inch circle punch and went ahead and cut out the rest of the clocks just to get rid of that little piece of scrap paper. And these will be fun to use on like ATCs or like a masculine card or tag. And it's just good to have these on hand. So I did get that that piece of paper out of my scrap drawer. And then these will probably go in my drawer where I keep most of my ATC stuff. I have a little 3-drawer thing from Walmart that I keep all of my more vintage or well, like most of my Tim Holtz stuff and spare parts from Hobby Lobby. Has a lot of like vintage and old-fashioned-y and just more masculine or grungy, that type of stuff. Because I love making more vintage looking ATCs. And of course, for masculine cards, I always go to that drawer to pull out little decorations and ephemera and stuff. So these will go into that drawer. So I did get that out of the way as well, because that piece of paper has been on the top of that scrap drawer for a long time. So I just decided to go ahead and cut those out. And here's what I have left over as far as little tiny scraps. From these, I just have a few strips. Some of them I didn't really have anything other than, like this one, that's all that was left of the piece of animal paper scrap. I had a few of these because I think these were in 3 little bit bigger pieces of paper. I think I had 3 of them. Or else, no, I had to cut it down by the width, and then this is what was left off once I cut it down to 4 inches. I believe. But I might make some little tiny note cards to go in here. So that's what I was going to use these scraps for. And then here's this one little piece of scrap, which I can definitely make some little note cards for all of these envelopes. Here's that piece of that really pretty blue and green floral. And then this one little piece here. And I don't think I had hardly any scraps for the other collars. So that is nice to be able to get that used up. And this will definitely be fun to include these in, like I said, back of pocket letters or happy mail. So thank you everyone for stopping by. I will have the information in the description below for this collab. I keep hitting this paper, my gosh. And I will see everyone in the next video. Have a great day.